introduce the concept of process tables. This is where we're going to join two FSD tables together. So what we're going to do is we'll create the process table first. In this case, what we're going to use the FSD test table 1 table as our basis for creating the table. So what we can do is we can use the copy table structure to do this. So what we're going to do here is get into the project we're working on and the name of the table that we want to copy and the name of the table we want to create. I've just used this one here to sort of signify that it's tables 1 and 2 being joined together. So we now have the table created, the metadata created, and we can see that we've got the 4 columns from the test table 1, and we want to now add in the additional column from test table 2. In this case, it's called, this is the full address column. Now that that's added in the metadata, we want to now create the table. So we just create the table here using the create table button, clicking update, and that now creates our table in the database ready to populate. We can now move to execution steps. So what we want to do here is we want to create a new block of steps, and we're going to, in this one here, we're going to, what we can do is we can use the clear button, and we can just start by hand keying in our new section, and we're going to clear the process table first. So to do that, we're just going to use the delete row step and quote the table that we're going to delete from, and that's now ready to go. And then what we're going to do then is add a subsection where we're going to populate the table in FSD. And so we're already there, and we're going to insert rows, and we're going to do it from the FSD table 1 table, which is where we built our table from, and we're going to insert all the columns from there. Now we can test this now just to see what happens. So let's run this. We've disabled our Excel section, so we're not going to be importing, and that's now finished running. We can go back and look at our FSD table and see that it's been populated, but we don't have our full address information yet. So that's the next step that we have to follow. Right, so we go back to our execution steps. I'm going to add an additional step here, and this is where we're going to update the process table with address info. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do update column with a cross-ref. So we'll clear out this bit here. Okay, the column that we're going to update is the full address. Sorry, I'm going to use the cross-ref section here. We're going to update from the FSD test table 2, and our cross-ref columns are going to be based on our full name, our first name and last name, as those are the common columns between the two tables. So we can use this particular option here, where because we know that the column names are the same, all we have to do is enter in the actual column names. In this case, first name and last name. And the SQL statement will be derived from that information. And what are we going to update it to? So the value that we're going to update, the update column name is going to be full address. And what we're going to update it from is the full address from the cross-ref table. So what we're going to use here is this option here, where we're going to put B and then full address. Now, if we add that, what's going to happen is, and we can look at the statement afterwards. If we go back to the table and look at it, we can now see that our address information has been populated. We know that 2 of our records don't have address information and only 3 match up. If we look at our SQL statement, we can see what statement was derived from using that by entering those details in, where we linked on first name and last name. So that's how you can build a process table when by merging 2 FSD tables together.